Every little girl's dream is to have a fairy tale castle cake. And one of the lovely ways of being able to decorate some individuals is to create beautiful little crowns that can be lustered using different metallic sheens to create a very detailed effect. I'm going to show you how to make a little crown that you can use to adorn your cupcakes or your individual cakes using a little simple heart cutter and some simple tools. So I'm starting with sugar paste that I'm kneading again to make it nice and pliable and malleable. And then I'm going to dust my work surface with icing sugar and roll out the sugar paste using the medium-sized rolling pin. Now I want to keep this one quite thick so that I create quite a embellished crown. So I'm not going to go too thin on it, around 1/2 centimetre. And then using a little heart cutter, press out the detail to create a heart. You can see on there, and I'll do a couple. And then using a sharp knife, just take the bottom off each of the hearts to create a blunt edge that we'll use to create the ermine, the fur part of the detail of the crown. And while you still have your sugar paste rolled out, cut some strips, because then it's all the same thickness. And with the thickness of the strips, just push these up against the base of the hearts. And then with a sharp knife, what I'm going to do is just cut down from the base of each crown to create the base detailed effect, like that. And then take the sugar paste and then roll it much thinner now, because I want to create the strap that goes over the top. And the straps are really quite fine, so what I want, the nicest way of doing this is to use a very fine knife to create the detail effect, very precision for the strap that's going to go over the surface of the crown. These little pokey tools and craft knives are very useful because they have lovely cush grip, but because they retract and they're not in use, means they're very safe for keeping in your toolkit. I want to now roll a long thin sausage that goes around the outside of each crown before we apply the straps over the top. Now these decorations can be made up a good 2 to 3 months in advance and then stored in an airtight container, so you can make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to create all the decorations you need for your party. And then carefully lift the straps into position. Over the top of the crown, and down off the top, press them down and then trim them so they just protrude from the top of the crown by about 1/2 centimetre. And then to finish off the detail on the crown, take a piping bag filled with royal icing. Like a fleur-de-lis on the top of the crown, there. One either side of the crown here. And then finish by piping some lovely pearls on the crown itself, which will add detail. And then you allow this to set, so it will take a couple of hours for the icing to set before you can luster the whole crown with some pearlized luster that can be brushed on with a paintbrush. Now you can make these crowns out of white, out of silver, out of gold, out of bronze, so that you get a lovely regal effect on them. And that is your finished crown.